Hi family, coming back with another video. This actually surfaced within my spiritual realm for me to share a testimony where healing has been involved. So I believe the Almighty want me to share about three different testimonies. But what you see in the hand is a mustard seed. When he speaks of, to have faith, it don't have to have what humongous or large amount of faith. He says small as a mustard seed. He will bless. He will heal accordingly. As small as this mustard seed, to believe on him. So, my first testimony was that I was with some family members. We went for a weekend getaway, my uncle's birthday, and he loved to go fishing with my father, but my father had passed away, and all of us, we decided we were going to go and do a weekend getaway and do where everyone got their fishing rods and all that. But I was one that was on the sideline. But earlier that day, I recall using this soap that was in one of the bathrooms, hand soap per se. And I didn't realize I was allergic to it until we got out on the bay, and everyone was in their zone, and I started itching, just itching, and I saw the welt just rising on my skin. I mean, and I had one, they came over and they witnessed it, and no one had any Benadryl, nothing. We were just away from any stores, or we were just out. And so I remember praying, and I asked the Almighty to heal me, because I was, getting in a very miserable state, where very uncomfortable. Then it was cold out there, also with me, with all this different type of rising whelps that were rising. And you all, in a matter of, I would say seconds, it was gone. My family came back over to witness it, and they just looked at me like that would normally be like if you took Benadryl or something to get all that to go, but it's gone. Gone. It was gone. It was gone. It was gone. And I want to say I had, as it was, it was showing up, and I didn't really know what it was, because no matter where I seemed to touch, a welt was just coming. And that took me back when I was in college. There was this soap called Zest soap, and that I had a breakout from that. And it was days before we even, find out what it was coming from. But in this state, my aunt that was there with me when I was back in college, she was there, and one of my cousins, so they knew of what I was allergic to, but that wasn't the same soap. But just to say, you all, I was healed. Like they saw it, they came over, they witnessed it, and they came back, and it was gone. There was no trace of it. The itching and everything just went. So I want to praise Yah, the Almighty, the Most High, for that again. And another situation was just a couple of days ago. I got, nauseated and just upset stomach, and I was actually going into the store, to do a little shopping. And I didn't say anything to my daughter. I was just walking, and I just felt really bad. Just all of a sudden, this bad feeling just came over me. I started sweating, and whatnot. And so she went into another direction of the store, and I, proceeded to get all the things I were going to get, then leave, because at this point, leave to go out the store just to get away, because I just felt really bad. And as I was walking at either I was at the register getting ready to walk, I asked the Almighty, I said, Father, I said, heal me. And I, said what I normally say in the name of Yeshua, heal me. And immediately, y'all, when I got to walk from the register to the door, the feeling was gone. The sickness of all I was feeling, because at that feeling that I felt, I was going to end up like throwing up or something, because it was just, and I just got overheated. And it wasn't because I was outside in the sun or the car was too hot. It was something I felt before I even left the house of being in air conditioning. But by the time I got to that front door, it was gone. That feeling was gone. So Father want me to share that with you all. And then there was probably last year sometime, I didn't realize I was dehydrated, but I just felt really weird and sick. And I was like, just thinking. I didn't say anything out loud. I was just thinking. And as I was laying there, I just said to myself, within, say, is this what death feels like? And Father spoke to me and he said, no, you're not dying. He said, you need to drink water for 3 days. That's what he told me. And I did. So when we think that the Almighty not listening, not watching, he is. You all, he is. He's a healer. Many other testimonies I can give when it comes to healing. He's a healer. He's a deliverer. He is just all of what the Bible says. All is truth in him. And I can't stress enough for us to have a personal relationship. How do we get there? Spending time reading his word, spending time with him, reading his word, learning his ways, understanding that if there were ever a court date that we had to go, just say if we had to defend him and someone brings some untruth, you will be able to say, no, that's not my Almighty. That's not my Most High. That's not Yah. That's not him. We should be able to take a stand when we're reading through the Bible, because we have to keep in mind that there was a time, and still to this day, the powers that be had access to our scriptures and our books. And we got to know when we come in within the Bible and then something just doesn't seem right, and your discernment as far as, is saying, wait a minute, read that, or this part that, because I've seen things have been taken off out of the Bible, out of the newer versions. So when we come to a place and someone say, well, this is what the Almighty did, we will know him in so many ways through his ways. But then we got to be honest about it, because he is the Almighty of love, and he's the Almighty of wrath and judgment. And some people don't want to accept that. They think that he's just love. No, he's of judgment. So when someone say, no, I don't believe he would do it, trust me and know that he will bring a wrath and judgment on whoever he chooses to. So family, those are 3 testimonies that was placed within my spiritual realm to share with you all. Whoever need to hear this, understand, trust in the Almighty, believe, and know that all things are possible in him. Okay, family, have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you or talk to you before, Shabbat Shalom to all of you. Blessings, family.